So a lot of you are talking about Tiger Woods. So let's dive in. It looks like there is more trouble for Tiger off the golf course. His ex-girlfriend, Erica Herman, is taking him to court. She claims that a non-disclosure agreement she signed when they first started dating back in 2017 is invalid on the grounds of a new law that says an NDA can't be enforced if there is sexual assault or harassment. So to be very clear, Erica isn't accusing Tiger of these things, but saying he was trying to aggressively enforce the NDA. She also wants $30 million from Tiger's trust after she said she was tricked into leaving his home after they broke up. She claims there was an oral agreement about her living situation at the house. So again, she doesn't name Tiger Woods in the lawsuit, in the affidavit. It literally is the handlers of his trust. She's blaming the handlers that handle his money, his estate, all of that.
Oral agreement is light at best, if that's what she thinks happened. The other group and party can simply say there wasn't an oral agreement. You also don't do an oral agreement with Tiger Woods, even if it's just his company. Also,
you don't think he had one with Buick and Nike?
Yeah, an oral agreement, like that doesn't work in this type of money. And if what she's saying is true, that the NDA was signed and he was aggressive, but there was no sexual harassment, then she doesn't have a legal leg to stand on. Because if that law says there has to be sexual harassment and she doesn't have any to prove, you're just barking up a wrong tree.
You don't know that.
We
don't have the details from her attorney yet.
Of course. But she's saying clearly there wasn't sexual harassment, so I don't understand why you're suing using that law.
Okay, so first of all, their relationship goes back to where she worked at his restaurant.
Right, I remember this. She was like a manager or something.
Yes, and they ended up having a romantic relationship. She alleges that they had this new living arrangement. Now, this was also on the heels of him having that DUI. So I don't know if he's sober when they meet, if he's still using. I do know that people act differently when they are not sober. I'm not saying Tiger Woods is wrong, and I'm not saying she's wrong, but I'm saying there's some details to this that we do not know about because she claims they had a living arrangement. I don't know how $30 million comes into this, but if you have a living arrangement, you go on vacation, you come back, and you're locked out, and all your stuff, and who knows what else happened.
That's totally legal.
There's more details that I believe we don't know about.
But what in her life, and I was speaking of not her estate, her trust is what I meant earlier. That's who she's suing. First of all, taking this law that alleges that maybe he did assault her in some way, I don't like that.
Right, it paints him poorly, if that's true,
so
exactly.
That he did not do that, for people who didn't hear that out there. He did not do that. What in her life gives her the right to sue for $30 million if she was never going to make that money in her whole life because she had sex with Tiger Woods at one point in her life? She's entitled $30 million? That's disgusting.
I think that number is hurting her.
Absolutely.
Her lawsuit. What do you think about people signing NDAs in general if you're in the public eye?
I think we're looking at the reason why they do. We were talking during the break, and no one ever defends celebrities, but they are people. And if you are a person that wants to meet a companion, as most people want to, how do you go about doing it? You say, hey, I want to have a relationship with you. I need you to sign this because I'm scared that you're going to come back on the back end and try and hurt me, which she did. Some celebrity tries to politely, hey, Tori, I see you on TV. I don't know if you're married, but I'd like to take you out sometime. Screenshot, blow you up, look at this predator. So, people wonder why people are standoffish. When you go to get a picture, somebody throws your phone in the pool, not condoning that. But it's because when they try and connect with people, they get sued for $30 million.
I agree, but I also agree with this new law. I'm not saying this applies in Tiger Woods's.
And that's the real foul thing. Go ahead, please.
It is. Yeah, because imagine just because you sign an NDA when things are charming and wonderful in the beginning of a relationship, does not mean that you should have to remain silent if something criminal happens.
But that's what this law is for.
I know.
But she's purposely, Sam, I think, and I want to get your opinion on it.
She's purposely
I think she's just attaching it because that word assault is in the same headline as your name.
That's what's foul.
And that's all that she wants.
But we don't know.
But she's not accusing him of it. She just wants that word there.
I agree.
We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so speaking of messy breakups, there's more fallout from the Vanderpump Rules cheating scandal involving stars like Tom Sandoval and Raquel. Yes, Raquel is now claiming that fellow castmate, Sheena Shea, shoved her into a brick wall and punched her in the left eye. TMZ acquired photos of Raquel's face that she included in court filings. Raquel was granted a temporary restraining order against Sheena, who is also best friends with Tom's ex, Ariana, and used to be really close with Raquel as well. So just last week, in fact, look at this photo. There they are. The shot was from the show with Sheena in Happier Times, but there are now reports that the cast now wants Raquel to go away. Both Tom and Raquel have apologized on social media for the affair, but Lisa Vanderpump told Andy Cohen she ain't buying it. Listen.
I don't think these apologies really are worth the kind of paper or the social media they're written on. I really don't. I think I want to see true contrition, and I hope that when the reunion comes, we actually all sit down and we can have a better understanding of how this happened, why this happened, and when this happened.
Do you believe, Jeff, because you're a fan of the show, that their apologies were sincere, Tom and Raquel's?
Maybe. They're sorry for it now, of course, right? They weren't sorry for it. Has this been going on for a month or more? They didn't seem very sorry. I feel like a lot of people are capitalizing on this incident that happened. All the other cast members from the show are kind of jumping on that bandwagon and trying to get attention for themselves. But when the cameras are around, they're like, I feel so bad for you. What a dirty dog, right? Yeah. Hey, you want to do my podcast? You know what I mean? It's getting a little gross to me.
A little schemy or scheme. Yeah. I don't know anything about this show, and I don't. But I've never seen a scandal or Sandoval blow up and take everyone's attention so strongly. What is it about?
And Amy?
Everyone is very invested in these characters because they are. We see a lot of reality shows that are scripted, produced. The Hills pops up to my mind where a lot of them came out afterwards and say it was all produced. You see these people who were cast perfectly because they're all very toxic and they just don't mesh well. Even when they're friends, they fight. It's a toxic environment. Ariana's own brother came out saying, I wouldn't want to wish this life upon anybody.
Oh, wow.
I will say, Raquel is wrong. She doesn't deserve to be hit in the face by Sheena, who's also, by the way, all of them have cheated on each other at some point or another. Wow. Again, not excusing what Raquel did. What she did is foul. That's supposed to be her friend. You're staying over at your friend's house, sneaking into her 9-year partner's bedroom. Both Tom is wrong, Ariana is wrong, but every single one of those cast members. Raquel, sorry. Yeah. Every single one of those cast members has cheated. I mean, Sheena's the one that broke up Eddie Cipriani and Brandi Glanville. Wow. So.
I love that me and Sam are done.
I know, it's sad. It is so sad.
It is sad.
I was just like, I know about these people. It's pathetic. Coming up on DBL.